What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. So Baselworld 2019 has come and gone. I wanted to lay back, relax, gather my thoughts so I could bring you an honest and accurate winners and losers list. It's 3:10 p.m. Let's get down to business. Alright, so I have 4 winners and 4 losers today. Now, I've spoken about Tudor enough. Okay, we're not going to talk about Tudor at all in this episode. We both know that Tudor is the biggest loser of all Baselworld 2019, but let's just keep it going. We'll talk about some other companies. In fact, we're going to start this off by talking about another company that I love so much, TAG Heuer. So this year, it looks like TAG Heuer has released a new line of spinnakers. They look like spinnakers. That's right, the original Heuer Atavia, made famous for being a military pilot's watch, seen heavily in F1 racing. Well, it's been reduced to essentially a crummy looking basic bland micro brand. The new TAG Heuer Atavia isograph is not interesting at all. It does not deserve the Atavia moniker at all. I mean, seriously, I don't understand TAG Heuer's rationale here. Why give it the Atavia name if it has nothing in common with the original Atavias? But, you know, leave it to a company like TAG Heuer to destroy their own history. Okay, so we've gotten TAG Heuer out of the way. Now we gotta talk about a company that I actually do love. In fact, I adore this company, and it pains me to put them on the losers list. Seiko. Seiko is on the losers list for almost the same reason that TAG Heuer is. Okay, so all jokes aside, I mentioned this in my Baselworld predictions video. Seiko, way back in 1969, released the first ever production quartz watch, the Seiko Astron. Okay, they had an amazing opportunity this year to release a 50th anniversary edition commemorating that huge achievement. You created the first ever quartz watch. But instead of nailing this opportunity and giving us something really truly special, they gave us this. This looks boring, this looks bland, it looks like it has nothing to do with the original Seiko Astron. Here's why this is so frustrating, okay? Seiko absolutely has the means to create a really nice, maybe gold cushion case. They could have used the stunning 9F quartz movement. They could have given us something truly, truly special. But they chose not to. They chose to do what TAG did and give us a really boring watch with a really special name. Now, I'm gonna take this a bit further, okay? Omega. Now, Omega is a Swatch Group company. They were not at Baselworld, but earlier, a couple weeks ago, they released the 50th anniversary Man on the Moon, and it looked like a really special watch. You could look at it, you could tell it's definitely a Speedmaster, it's definitely a moon watch, but it's gold, it's special, it's eye-catching. You know that they made that watch to celebrate something. But this Seiko, this Astron, it is a lame excuse for a special edition. I can't believe that this is what they decided to give us for a 50th anniversary, something that could have been really, really special, really, really celebrated. I feel like they really lowballed us here. All right, so I put Seiko on the losers list. Why not take down another company I love? Rolex. Now, everyone's making a big fuss about the Rolex releases, so I'm not gonna spend much time here. I'm just gonna put Rolex on the losers list simply because of this. What the f? I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, that is an Invicta. No. Disgusting. All right, so we're gonna wrap up the losers list with a company you may not really expect me to talk about, Doxa. Now, Doxa is definitely on the losers list because they took a really cool watch and they just made it incredibly ugly. In fact, this watch might be one of the ugliest watches of the whole show. Their Sub 200 T-Graph limited edition, yellow gold with an orange dial, not a good combination, and when you factor in the $70,000 price tag, it really makes you sick. Okie dokie, so I was thinking of separating this into 2 episodes, winners and then losers, but I figured, you know what, we're gonna do this all in one episode, but we're gonna do the losers first because I wanna get the negativity out of the way, okay? I understand this has been kind of a negative episode thus far, but we're gonna wrap this up with some winners, okay? We can be happy. We're allowed to be happy in this lifetime, I promise. Seiko messed up, Rolex messed up, Doxa messed up, but there are some, we can save this, okay? We can save this. First, on the winners list, Patek Philippe. Now, people always accuse the Patek Philippe Calatrava as being one of the most boring watches out there that's undeserving of all the hype. Well, Patek Philippe has punched back with their new Calatrava weekly calendar. It's got a 40mm steel case, got a really sharp, beautiful, easy to read dial, and it's over $33,000 a piece, so it's definitely not an affordable steel watch, but it's a very fun, good looking take on a Calatrava. All right, next on the winners list, Carl F. Bucherer. That's right, big win for Carl this year with their Heritage Bicompax Annual. Now I'm looking at these pictures here in front of me. We're gonna pull them up. I'm not gonna pull them up. My editor's gonna pull them up. I don't mean to brag, but I have someone editing these videos for me. I'm sure you can tell because before I got an editor, I had no idea what I was doing. Anyway, these new watches from Carl F. Bucherer are very elegant. They've kind of got a retro sporty feel at the same time. Now, I'm really digging the Panda dial, but my favorite is that champagne dial. Very, very nice to look at. You know, there's a definite attention to detail here, and what's most impressive is these are going for under 10 grand. All right, next up on the winners list, Oris. I'm a huge fan of Oris. I know a lot of you guys love Oris out there. Now, Oris made the winners list because of two phenomenal watches. The Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot Timer GMT, tough, easy to read, a ton of functionality, and the Oris Aquis Clean Ocean Limited Edition. This diver is sharp. I love that blue dial and bezel, and I love the red border around the pip. And the case back actually has a plastic inlay made of plastic that they found in the ocean. Very cool. These two Orises are absolutely reasonable, usable, functional watches, just everything you can expect from Oris. Okie dokie, so let's go ahead and wrap up the winners list. We're gonna wrap up the episode actually with probably the biggest winner of the entire show. Bulova. Bulova is absolutely crushing it with their new Joseph Bulova collection. Now, I think this is maybe the coolest release of the entire show because it's not only celebrating their own heritage, right? It's celebrating Joseph Bulova, but it's also celebrating everyone that owns one of these older Bulova watches. I know a ton of us have gotten watches passed down from our grandparents or our great-grandparents, and I know a lot of us have some of these old Bulovas lying around. And guys, you know, I think one of the coolest parts about watch collecting is the sentimental value, is the connection to our relatives. So I think it's very, very special when a company celebrates that. Now they're offering three styles, a round, a tonneau, and a tank. They're all gonna be Swiss-made automatics. So elegant, so classic, and just very, very special. Again, I think it's amazing that Bulova's doing this. Bravo, Bulova. All right, and there you have it, guys. My winners and losers of Baselworld 2019, but I'd like to hear from you. What would you put on the winners list, and what would you put on the dreaded losers list? Let's continue the conversation in the comment section, so leave me a comment and I will see you there. I don't know what you're thinking. Man, this channel is so cool. How can I support it? Well, thank you for asking. Go ahead, click the link in the description below and shop at the Time Teller shop. I got watches, watch straps, watch winders, watch toolkits even. It's truly the one-stop shop for the watch collector like you. And if you're new here, if this is your first time joining us here at the Time Teller channel, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by. But let's take this relationship to the next step. I'm ready. Are you ready? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. It takes 1 second and it helps me out a ton. And while you're at it, you can go ahead and click that little bell icon because YouTube does a terrible job notifying my subscribers when I upload, and I upload all the time. So you do not want to miss out. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with other watch enthusiasts, other people you think would enjoy this. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. All right, well, if you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing to the channel because there's a whole lot more where that came from. Also, I have no idea how YouTube works yet. Hopefully in the future, I'll get the hang of it, but I think there should be some recommended videos for you to watch. There might be one over on this side of the screen. There might be one over on this side of the screen. Who knows where they're gonna be? YouTube's always changing. Life is always changing. You know, there's a lot to learn about life. We'll save this for another episode. Anyway, click one of these videos, watch it, subscribe to the channel. I love you.